I just wanted to verify that I didn't sign a contract or give Alex my permission to air the video on 2020. This guy Keith also said on the air that day that Alex received $25,000 for the video he sold to 2020. We found out later that Alex had sold the video to 2020 before coming back the second time. This is what Alex told us. We should know them by their fruits. You cannot serve two masters. God be with you and keep you and bless your network. Signed, Joe, Alicia and family. So that's the letter that this guy wrote. And so, I mean, there you have it. What a nice man this Alex CIA Jones and friends really are behind the scenes. Let's now get on to the Bohemian Grove topic, this great Bohemian Grove, the be-all and end-all according to Alex Jones. Just another minor group, in the reality, the whole scheme of things. But it's big to Alex Jones. So, you've got this Bohemian Grove, right? Alex tries to claim godlike status, claiming he broke into the event, this Bohemian Grove event. I mean, yes, we have video footage from within, but broke in? I mean, do you honestly believe Alex Jones broke in unawares? Of course not. Do you think this big Maltese event in the United States wouldn't get to know of this coming? Consider Alex Jones utilised a television station, a television station from here in the UK called Channel 4. Channel 4, the same Channel 4 which is one of the biggest promoters of the New World Order agenda, or the Big Brother, the first to promote Big Brother, the reality show, the show that's plugging all this homosexuality. Is it Rick and Steve show or whatever, and all these stupid reality shows and sick programs, that's Channel 4. He takes this Channel 4 show on the road to Bohemian Grove with him. He went with a bloody Maltese television station, Channel 4. And this Mike Hansen guy, right, to infiltrate Bohemian event, right? I mean, get real people, right? It's all part of British intelligence's clever tactics to draw the slightly awakening sheeple, then control them from then on, I mean, whilst keeping them also in a lower down state of awareness. But then they actually think that they know everything, which makes them more dangerous, to themselves. So Alex Jones is put forth to get many aware of what's to come on the ground level and basically accept and even crave it. So yes, people actually now are craving martial law so they can prove to the doubters and family members and, I mean, look, I was right when it happens, we've got martial law, now I was right, I told you this last month, I told you this a year ago, I mean, the Maltese controllers also are using it as a test, the watertight procedure, right? This tells them how the populace, will react and how far the people will go to actually stop it. They also know what tricks and veils to put on something next time over. So basically, if they come out with something and then you say, no, you can counteract it with this herb, they'll then get round that herb or come up with something else different. And that's how they work. So they're testing the water, right? And it's telling them how the populace is going to react and how far people are going to go to actually try and stop it, or if at all. They also know what tricks and veils to put on something next time over. Like I've said, this is again how British intelligence work, who command their intelligence branch, the CIA, and their Israeli branch, the Mossad, all British intelligence. So we have this video footage, right, from a Bohemian Grove, right, which actually shows almost nothing of worth. It's crap at the end of the day. And you've got Alex claiming he was confronted about several times by security, including this Secret Service, When Secret Service the security, he's confronted several times apparently, right, but his videotapes had run out, or whatever prosthetic name excuse he came out with similar to that. There was only 1 hour long or something like that. Basically, right, the only thing that was of any worth as such was this cremation of care. And I mean, that's nothing to what people claim really goes on in the woods. So you got pittance from the staged event, not the Bohemian Grove event, from the stage event of Alex Jones, I mean, why did he forget to tell you about the Catholic patron saint of the Grove, which is John of Nepomuk, Nepomuk, and his massive 20-foot statue symbolising secret and secrecy. I mean, that came from when he didn't tell, apparently, the secrets of the Bohemian Queen. Why don't Alex Jones tell you that Catholic side? This is nothing more than another event to make Alex Jones look like he's on your side and our side, you know. It's also very interesting to note that ABC is controlled by Walt Disney. Who helped merge Walt Disney and ABC together? None other than a Roman Catholic, what a shock, by the name of Ignacio E. Lozano, Lozano Jr. The same guy who was trained at Notre Dame and was a director of Disney up until 2001. What else is very important about this man, right, is none other than he is a member of the Bohemian Club, i.e. Bohemian Grove, right? I mean, has that lighted your wicks at all? I mean, it sure as mine, you know what I mean? Again, another example of the Bohemian exposure sham, the scam, you know, this staged event. They wanted you to know it and see it. What else is special about Lozano Jr.? Well, he's also a director of the Jesuit majority-controlled Bank of America, the largest bank in the United Corp States, for God's sake. Do we see all this Catholic connection yet? Are my dots, right, joinable as usual? Because I surely do, and others do. I mean, look at Lorenzo Jr.'s daughter, Monica C., also tied to the board of Disney. Notice her connections, right, to the American international group AIG, one of the largest drug-dealing Central Intelligence Agency companies ever in existence, linked with, you know, that Sabbatean Frankist Maurice Hank Greenberg, Maltese Knight, what a shock, tied to Knights of Malta, David Rockefeller and Henry Kissinger, again, both Maltese Knights, got to emphasise this, you know. All three of them subordinate to the Archbishop of New York, Edward Egan. Then at Patrick's Parish Cathedral. Let's not forget this David Westin, W-E-S-T-I-N, the president of ABC, right, who has ties to Jesuit Military Fortress Supreme, the Georgetown University in Washington DC, overseeing the nation's capital city. Capital with an O-L instead of an A-L, you know. I mean, that reminds me of one of these 7 harlot hills of Rome called Capitoline Hill. I mean, I wonder why that was. That DC, Washington DC, was taken off the land of Rome in Maryland, right where the Capitol building stands upon. The same place of land owned by Francis Pope and Daniel Carroll, both Roman Catholics, tied to George Washington. George Washington and Roman Catholic. Is that where Texie Mars was going the other day when he says that we know Jesuits had a hand in the founding of the United States, but he don't tell you the details, does he? So Daniel Carroll was Jesuit trained down in France and at this St. Alma's College. I mean, who was the first Catholic bishop in the United States? Why, it was Daniel's brother John Carroll, the same John Carroll who founded this bloody ultra-powerful military fortress, Georgetown University, the one forgot all too much by Alex Jones and co, you know. Why did the Roman Catholic Daniel Carroll sign the Declaration of Independence? So what else is this David Westin connected to? He's connected to Wells Fargo, which is riddled with Catholic lackeys, such as Georgetown University's Professor Cynthia H. Milligan, Milligan. What about Lloyd H. Dean, the Catholic part of this Catholic Health Association of the USA? Catholic Health. I can't see that, can you? And also Catholic Healthcare West. That's pushing the Maltese drugs, you know. But what about chairman of St. Mary's College of California, that stinking Catholic hole, Nicholas G. Moore, M-O-O-R-E. Note how Moore is a director of Gilead Sciences Incorporated, G-I-L-E-A-D, sorry. Right, Gilead Sciences. That biopharmaceutical company. Now note the links of Maltese Knight Tony Blair to this same company. Notice how it's been one of very few still doing well during this financial crisis. Notice its ties with the bird flu, and how some claim it's tied to the anthrax mailings, along with that Battalion Memorial Institute down in, I think it's Ohio, isn't it? Note the bird flu, and note how Donald Rumsfeld is tied to Gilead Sciences as well, whilst he's behind the fake Tamiflu poison drug, so-called antidote to the bird flu, when in fact it's useless and always has been. The only thing it's worth is for poisoning people.